I drink your milkshake.
You are listening to the Billionaire Podcast Network.
Corn-fed, it's a podcast starring Dalton Pruitt. Corn-fed, he's also got his co-hosts. Their names are Kevin and Sal. Corn-fed, Corn-fed, it's a podcast with Dalton Pruitt. Pound-fed, it's a podcast with his buddies Kevin and Sal. Corn-fed, it's a podcast with Dalton Pruitt. Thank you for listening to Corn-fed.
You know, you have to get.
You don't
good.
even know how good you got it, dude.
Yeah, it's like if you want to make money and if you want to get paid what you're worth, get good at podcasting because this is a real. I mean, honestly, like it's not like hard work doing all this, but to gain any traction doing this shit, get a following, like you know, not even talking about money, just getting people to pay attention to this, to do something that's free for them, which is just press the fucking subscribe button, is such an uphill battle. You're constantly doing like a minstrel show for everyone, just to like shuck and jive, soft shoe dance.
You try to do as blackface as much as you can.
I try to do blackface as much as I can.
I've been thinking about if I do the D&D, I made a character named Negrot. That it's like he didn't have a dad and his mom was addicted to magical crack.
He's an orc.
He's half elf.
No, you need to make him orc.
He's light skinned.
He's a half dark elf. Yeah, he has low intelligence but high athleticism, which isn't great for a rogue. But he's a half elf rogue, and he's good at stealing, and he's good at pickpocketing. But he's not good at assessing situations, which actually isn't helpful for Dungeons and Dragons game. But
D&D
doing research.
D&D is a game of the proletariat. It's for the lesser thans, the have-nots, because when this show takes off, when the Billionaire Podcast Network filler up is like really cooking, I'm not fucking with D&D. It's Warhammer 40K.
Oh yeah, dude. That's the rich man's
that's the pussy getting, money getting stat, money spread.
When you say pussy getting, well, specifically, I feel like I've been on a mission towards like overcoming pussy.
What do you mean?
You know, like once I discovered I was
sometimes it's fun to come over the pussy, you know.
I'm trying to transcend.
Like you want to get monk-like?
Pussy getting. Like, okay, because girls don't know what's cool until you tell them.
What I'm talking about.
The worst thing you could do is fall into the trap of like trying to do something because you think it's gonna get a girl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, I'm saying that if you got Warhammer 40K money, then you also have enough money to get pussy.
Yeah, true.
Like if you can afford to play Warhammer 40K, then you have a fat enough bank account that's also something women are attracted to.
It's definitely a cooler train model set, like in your basement. You know what I mean? Because it's that scale. It can get that scale, right? Like it's
dude.
huge.
There's people who spend like tens of thousands of dollars on Warhammer 40K shit. The guy, like that guy that plays Superman, Henry Cavill, that's like his hobby. He has spent like fortunes on pedophile.
That guy?
Obviously pedophile. Obviously.
Gorgeous.
So that's like
if I was a kid, I wish.
That's the goal with this show. Like, folks, you're subscribed to the Patreon. The more, we appreciate you contributing to the success of the show, and just know that it's all leading towards something worthwhile, which is me being able to play Warhammer 40K.
me being able to afford to fuck a child.
Hey, I don't. That does not reflect the Billionaire Podcast Network. Ching, bing, 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 did you fill her up? But that's
But that's what most billionaires are up to. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are we really aspiring to, dude?
Dalton's a maverick, though. He's gonna be a maverick billionaire. a non-pedophile, MILF only.
Yeah.
Heavy
Yeah, I'm like
saggers.
Trump, dude. I'm like Trump. I like fucking Eastern European women with big fake tits.
Yeah, 35 plus.
Yeah, 35
Yeah.
plus, big fake titties. I like gold.
Take me to the island. I'm
Yeah, I
hanging out with the
like
kitchen staff.
Yeah,
I don't like what they're up to in there.
it's like I don't know. That's the thing is like when left people on the left like can't wrap their heads around why anyone would like Trump. It's like you don't get it. Like he's a fucking dude. He's like the most dude of anybody that's ever tried to have that fucking job. Where it's like, yeah, he likes big titties. He likes shiny objects. He's
into real estate.
Like, I don't even like. I don't. Associate or recognize or empathize with or have any like feeling of commonness with his taste.
But Trump,
like when you say like shiny things,
dude.
like all of the gold bathrooms and shit, like his idea of like a weird palace thing that he
dude.
I don't really get any of
you
his
can't
idea of
relate
richness.
to that doesn't take you back to being a kid and watching Scrooge McDuck dive into a pool of gold coins.
You
thinking about how fucking sick that would be.
If he had a pool of gold coins, I'd be like, whoa, that's
yeah.
sick.
If you had an entire
if he had secret tunnels,
dude,
I'd be like, hell yeah.
You can't relate to his like love of a quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah, I do that.
That's a big one.
Him, Ocho Cinco.
I guarantee you, there's tunnels underneath Mar-a-Lago.
No,
yeah,
dude,
I guarantee you.
Tunnel system. It goes straight to Israel, dude.
Yeah,
dude. Pump. Then I'm on board.
Yeah, dude, he's the man.
The fast food thing for sure.
But those tunnels are going to Jeffrey Epstein.
Nah, I don't know. I think that's a hit job on my man.
I don't.
It's all his friends.
Because I was reading the report.
He's in on it.
I was reading a report.
Him and the Clintons are still doing the same thing together.
No,
they're still friends. They're
the vibe I get from Trump is that he's not like necessarily.
You're falling for it, dude.
The vibe I get from Trump is that he will fuck an 18-year-old, but 17.
Exactly. He's like Anthony Cumia.
No way. We'd all fuck.
Yeah, that's like the vibe I get from Trump. Is he is kind of like slimy and sleazy like Cumia, but he's not gonna fuck a child. He'll fuck a 19-year-old. Maybe smack her around a little bit.
yeah, maybe piss on her.
It's not about the children. It's that they're all still doing the same thing together. It's when they say
it's like you think it's like the Skull and Bones where they're all fucking chill. It's like a pact they have.
He's on the same side as them. They're all doing it together.
Yeah,
the whole thing about hating Trump or being on Trump's side, it's just.
Well, I guess
I think when Trump goes to the island, he understands that like to do business he has to consort with these people is just a necessary evil, the cost of doing business. But he goes there and he's like, gross.
Yeah,
gross.
Yeah. I think he goes there and he's like, they're all fucking kids. I'm gonna fuck all the hot older women.
Yeah. Honestly, he's probably like more pussy for me.
yeah. More legal pussy for me.
Yeah, this is the pussy I like is not what you guys are into.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I don't know. I think he's pretty good at his job. I think he's pretty talented.
He's awesome.
What I'm saying. I bet he's fucking kids for a long time now.
Trump? No, don't say that about
him and the world's history's most fuckable boy.
What? Macaulay
Culkin.
I don't think he fucked Macaulay.
You don't think he fucked Macaulay Culkin?
No.
I think
you guys are children.
I think Rob Schneider probably fucked Macaulay Culkin before Trump did.
Dude, they all did. They ran train on Macaulay Culkin.
Choo choo.
Rob Schneider does suck now, and he was shed as dead weight for grown-ups too, and that's why it's Adam Sandler's best movie. What do you think?
That's not true. His best movie is Hubie Halloween.
Watch Halloween.
You done, Miguel?
I think he has to go piss. He has a urinating problem where he has to urinate.
We've been going for a while. We should probably wrap this bitch up.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
Dork Court. I guess Butterly's never coming on.
Yeah, and not only that, like I've been going through Twitter. I follow a lot of people that watch LOS, and supposedly it was a great episode too. So
that's what I hear.
I don't know.
But it seems, I haven't watched it, but it seems like he didn't really do much. I think it was like from what I hear, like Soder and everyone else was just riffing. It was a riff sesh.
Yeah,
and Butterly was just along for the ride. He was in the sidecar on the motorcycle.
You gotta let Soder and Big J do their thing, and then Lewis interject every once in a while.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good formula.
Look, Butterly's a good dude, and
dude, I love Butterly.
But
so
if he continues to skirt y'all show this way, it's a jihad upon Butterly. If he
it's a jihad, we're all gonna turn on.
If he keeps dodging Dork Court and doing this to you guys, it's a jihad.
No, I've already declared war on Lewis because my feeling is that he saw somehow that Butterly was gonna come do Dork Court, and he was like, "Oh, I'll just hit him up and tell him Soder's gonna be on Legion of Skanks and we need him."
Yeah.
So
I don't know, Lewis.
I take it as a personal offense, and I'm gonna take steroids and I'm gonna beat the shit out of Lewis J. Gomez.
Lewis is courting Butterly like he wants to fuck him lately. Like he's definitely like put him in the Kim Congdon, Natalie Cuomo.
Butterly
position.
is the belle of the ball.
Dude,
Butterly is the belle of the ball right now.
To take it to Jamaica.
I haven't confirmed that it's actually true or not yet, but I did see somebody on Twitter say that Butterly got a shout out from Rogan on
I heard something like that.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Maybe he is trying to court him. Maybe he saw that he got a shout out from Rogan. He was like, I need to get this guy in my fucking deck. See, Lewis is grift maxing too.
Oh,
Lewis,
dude.
Lewis
is the grift king.
He's the king of the grifters. Yeah.
I've gone to the last 3 Skankfests. Every time, so many people there were talking about the secret guest. There's never been a secret guest.
There's never a secret
guest. There's one time supposedly Louis C.K. showed up.
Yeah.
But
that was in New York years ago, and it was like right after he got in trouble. So he had nothing else.
Yeah,
it was out of survival. He had nothing.
Lewis is the ultimate just fucking street barker, where he's like, "Hey, you're from China? We've got Jerry Seinfeld," and it's just us.
Yes, Lewis has taken that to heights that no one even knew were possible. Just like
Jewish proportions.
Yeah. Well, that's why he teamed up with Ralph. He needed that Jew magic.
They saw eye to eye.
Yeah.
Lewis was like, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
I guess
they had your relationship with your boss.
Yeah.
If I combine my Puerto Rican confidence with your Jewish magic,
by the way, Ralph
scam everybody into spending $400 to see Brendan Schaub.
Ralph does see himself as a podcast Harvey Weinstein, where they just bring OnlyFans girls into.
That's all SDR is. It's SDR is just like a reason for Ralph to like be around young hot girls.
Yeah, and then he fucks them, and then he's like, "Yeah, here's all the exposure you got."
Yeah,
that's such a weird show because it'll be like like Squirt Fest or whatever,
yeah.
And then like the next week it's like, oh, now we have Sean Astin. Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's why. I mean, that's 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 where the real money is being made.
Sex trafficking, like
there is sex trafficking podcasts. Like that's what all of those hot girls on like those weird podcasts.
Oh, like the whatever podcast.
Have you ever read a book? Actually, it says that girls are fucking stupid, and they're like, "Well, I've never thought about that."
Yeah, I've taken a page out of that book. Like, I'll have OnlyFans girls on, but just to like hang out. I don't.
Yeah, but you have.
Yeah, you're kicking it.
I don't grill them about any of their sex lives. It's mostly just talking the way I talk to you guys. They just have big fat titties.
Well, see, that's the problem. That is the ultimate thing about podcasts, is like whether or not you're just a vehicle for monetization or you're trying to generate enough money to sustain creating interesting content. Because like marketing in OnlyFans girls, I have no problem with. If a girl could show me that she had a personality that I find attractive, and then I could also look at her hot tits.
Yeah.
Better than
true.
Most of the sad fucking embarrassing shit I end up seeing on OnlyFans, thinking that I saw a hot girl on Reddit, and then it's her pegging her boyfriend in the ass, and it's just his dick and balls while he's getting fucking missionary, just slapping up and down. I was like, that's not what I paid $20 a month for.
Yeah, I mean, I try to, when I talk to these women, I try to find someone who I think will be interesting, because you can usually tell like who is just completely empty, where it's like this is
I couldn't do that. I see the SDR show sometimes, and I would be mean. I'd be like, "Yo, you're retarded. Stop talking. Like, shut up."
Yeah, the women who like their entire identity is just like sex and porn and all that. It's boring more than anything. It's so vapid, and like the couple OnlyFans girls that we've had on so far had interests in things to say, like, not even touching the OnlyFans stuff. So it's like, so it is, there is like elements of stir in there where it's like, yo guys, check out these tits, but also check out the brain on this bitch. Yeah. Check out her brain as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty fun though. Where you didn't bring it up at all, and it was just
all of podcasting. All of podcasting is grifting.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And grifting and porn and fucking whores and whatever is,
podcasting is
step brother and sister.
Yeah, I mean, if I stand by one thing, if like the one thing I truly believe in and stand by, all of podcasting, all of comedy, even like all of this is grifting. It is total con job.
Comedy is the biggest fucking grift, dude. It's
such a grift.
It's literally it's a Ponzi scheme. It's just like, yo, you have some people that still barely are still your friends, kind of, and it's, I think, because they're just afraid that you'll kill yourself if they stop hanging out with you.
Dude, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. It's
no, it's more like, now it's like, oh, you have 10,000 followers on Instagram that see your reels of the one time that people laughed at this joke that you cut into like a 12-second clip.
Yeah, that one time people may come out with your crowd work.
Here's the thing. How does anybody justify, like, in their minds, how do you reckon with, like, if you really succeed at any of this, how can you reckon with the reality that you're making more money than a doctor makes working one hour a night?
Grifters. Let me.
Doctors are grifters. Doctors are fake. Doctors are fake.
Doctors
are grifters. But just to use the example, that's like a common example. If you're playing clubs every weekend and all that, you're making more money than a lot of other professions working like 1 to 2 hours a night, 3 nights a week, basically. And then maybe you do a podcast here and there. How could you possibly justify that to yourself? Like, the only way I could ever reckon with that is like, it's just grifting.
You just accept
I'm
it.
white and I'm God's favorite.
Yeah, but how could you possibly think that you're providing any real value to anybody? You just have to accept the reality that, like, I didn't want to play the game. I didn't want to like have to do all this other bullshit that people are doing, and I saw a way out of that. I saw like some way that I could like use my skills and gift of gab or whatever it may be to achieve financial freedom without actually having to fucking do anything or answer to anyone.
I think it's pretty fucking easy to live with, honestly. If I had that right now, where I was, even making the money that I'm
saying it would be easy to live with. I don't understand when these people think that they're actually doing anything.
Oh, like the ones who want to try to make it seem like they're doing,
like that thing I posted today where it's like Joey Diaz going off about Redbar, and I'm like, why do you care? Do you really think that what you're doing is sacred? First off, if you really consider yourself an artist who's like creating things and putting out like having some sort of creative output, then you should understand that you're not above criticism. That's like part of the job. Is there's going to be people who criticize what you do.
I think probably to Joey Diaz, it's more like that guy's a fucking little pussy. You know?
Yeah, I could see
both. Yeah,
like that guy would never say anything like that to my face. He sits in his thing making content off of how much I like while I'm out here trying to do my thing. He's just talking shit. It's all he does is just like find other people to kind of suck the tit up.
Miguel doesn't like Redbar.
I don't dislike Redbar is funny, but here's my thing. Like what he does. Here's the thing. You know,
if you're at any point in your
career, it's parasitic
at a level where Redbar and all these guys are like ripping on you, then that usually means you've achieved like a pretty substantial level of success.
Sure.
At that point, why the fuck would you ever care? Like you're soaring through the heavens.
Yeah.
These people take themselves too seriously and think that what they're doing is like important in some way or like whatever.
Sure.
And they can't handle
that.
At its core, the real issue is the fact that these people are going to consider themselves fucking artists and they can't handle fucking basic, like elementary level criticism. Like just because you do comedy and then the people criticizing you like don't do it, that doesn't preclude them from having fucking taste and opinions on what you're doing. They're not just being haters. They're not just like
I like critics in general, like people who are famous for being critics, like that bald fucking annoying dude that people on the internet always talk about for music.
Anthony Fantano.
Yeah, I fucking hate this guy. Anytime someone like brings him up, he's like, "Well, actually, Fantano said that." It's like, dude, are you fucking? Are you hear yourself?
No, I mean critics.
I used to argue with people on Reddit a lot.
Critics suck. I mean,
I've been trying to stop. I just look at porn mostly now, but Reddit used to be a lot of arguments for me.
Being a critic and actually having like being a critic and being seen as somebody who's like respectable is a hard thing to do.
There's good critics out there. There's like valid criticism, but the thing is like everybody is a critic. Everybody, even if like, look, here's the thing: even if you don't have the talent or skills or ability to do stand up or music or whatever, you still have your own taste and opinions, and like you listen to something and you're like, man, this sucks shit. That's not coming from a place of pettiness or you're being a hater or you're just a loser. It's like, no, this sucks. And I'm well within my rights to go into the comment section and say that this sucks ass. and when all these like people who have succeeded in some way get like upset about that, I'm like, why does this still bother you? You're taking yourself way too seriously and you're losing. You've lost the magic. You're losing sight of the fact that you've succeeded at grifting. You won. And I mean, what the only like repercussions you face is there's people on the internet who think you suck. Okay.
Yeah.
Like they're living paycheck to paycheck. You've accumulated generational wealth and you it's not good enough. You still need everyone to fucking like you or just keep their mouth shut otherwise. So that's why we're calling a jihad upon Tom Segura and his dumb wife.
Dude,
we're calling a jihad.
The worst.
Fuck Tom Segura.
A jihad upon Joey Diaz.
Find me in the street, dude.
Yeah, it's on site with Segura. It's on site with his bitch wife. It's on site with Joey Diaz.
I'm Peruvian too. I'll beat his ass.
Yeah. A jihad.
Find me anywhere, dude. I'll break your other arm.
Yes. Fuck him up, Miguel. A jihad upon Brian Callen. A jihad upon Brendan Schaub. Dalia.
We got to get some bigger guys on our side. I don't know that
a jihad upon Stavros Halkias.
Sure. You know what? Sure.
A jihad upon Bert Kreischer. A jihad upon and now a jihad upon Natasha Leggero for the dumb shit she just did.
Well,
a jihad.
Is that the chick who showed her tits
for a while?
Yeah.
Natasha Leggero.
Is a uncensored version exist?
I've been looking for it. I had to download a Tor browser and start combing through the dark web to find them titties.
Oh, like for Michaela Maroney.
Yeah. Yeah, I've accidentally seen so much child porn just trying to find Natasha Leggero's titties.
It's not my fault sometimes. Is what I'm saying. It's the same as transporters. Like if I realized what I was looking at, I wouldn't have been masturbating to it.
You couldn't tell 17 seconds in. You got to 18 seconds.
Yeah. Well, because she still has the same tits as a young child. So
yeah,
I'm looking for
gymnasts,
her.
Right?
I don't know what her fucking deal is, but a jihad upon her.
Yeah.
A jihad upon her Jew husband. A jihad. Who else? Who else gets a jihad?
Dude, honestly, fucking Steve Harvey now, dude. Cat Williams convinced me.
Steve Harvey. A jihad upon
Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer. A jihad upon you know what? Joe Rogan himself. Jihad upon Rogan. A jihad upon Ari Shafir for having always been a hack.
True.
For having always sucked.
The Amazing Racist was tight.
It sucks, Miguel.
Have you
watched it recently? Have you watched it?
I have because I show it to people still all the time.
It's so bad.
I have a kind of new girlfriend. I just showed it to her. I made her watch one where he was picking up Mexicans at Home Depot and then he drove them to
Miguel. It sucks.
He drove them to the.
It's not funny. It's hacky. It's trying way too hard to be edgy. It sucks ass.
Perfect original YouTube.
It's like Tucker Max level bullshit.
No.
It's basically Tucker Max.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
Kind of a good criticism, but it's not exactly like that, and it's kind of still funny. Dude.
It's Jewish. It's like, Tucker. It's Tucker Max Weinberg.
It's more like dudes that are too into Rick and Morty and think that it's because it makes them smart. Tucker Max is
a jihad upon Rick and Morty.
Come on,
and Dan Harmon.
Another pedophile. Another great pedophile.
Another pedophile. Yeah.
Another elite dude.
The only one safe, Larry the Cable Guy. Get her done.
Dude, that's a comeback. That's a comeback that needs to happen.
There is no comeback that's needed. He's a billionaire. He's fine.
The thing is, he would have to be a Trump guy.
I mean, I think he is, right?
I think he is, yeah. I think he likes Trump, yeah.
He can't be like open.
No, he just
He'd have to come back as like a Trump, like.
No, dude, Trump needs to take him on tour. He opens for Trump.
Exactly. I love Larry the Cable Guy. I have no qualms. I have no qualms with Larry the Cable Guy.
Well, that's the thing. He would have to get involved in politics now.
Yeah. I kind of started hating David Cross because he tried to dunk on.
Yeah, a jihad upon David Cross.
Yeah, sure. David Cross.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, he was too up on his high horse and was going after Larry the Cable Guy. I was like, why? I don't understand this thing where it's like
the last good thing that David Cross ever did was Kung Fu Panda 1.
Yeah, that's true. Well, his new podcast looks like it might be good. At least the clip I saw with him and Bob Odenkirk, where they were like making fun of Jordan B. Peterson. That made me laugh.
I haven't seen that, but
it's very funny.
That sounds good.
You're basically watching them riff a Mr. Show sketch, just like in real time. Like it feels like this is what they did in the writers' room. It's good.
Yeah,
good.
But I don't know. I it's one thing to think something sucks, but to legitimately believe that it's like harmful for your art, for the art form itself, that's like dragging down this sacred institution that is stand-up comedy or even any other art form. It's like everybody's in their own lane. It's fun to shit on people, but I don't understand this mentality of like, no, this is actively harmful and I must, I seek to tear this person down due to some sense of righteousness. And it's like, no, it's just they just suck shit. It's just fun.
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about David Cross.
David Cross. Marin has been doing that lately. Like Marin is like, still a pussy. He won't name names, but Marin's been going off about like Netflix specials and how lazy the comics are. And it's like, well, why don't you name a fucking name then? Because we all know you're talking about Bert Kreischer. We all know you're talking about Matt Rife. If you want to talk some shit, bitch.
Back in the day.